The Nimble with Numbers team presents Chalked Blocked with Bo Big Time McBrayer.
I gotta know what a $5 shake tastes like.
That's hot. That's hot.
I want winner, Bo. You don't know diddly.
And his partner, Scott Stag Simpson.
Do you know who I am?
Trying to put Tiger Bomb on this jungle's nuts.
That's cute. I remember when I had my first beer.
I gotta catch a glimpse of these warlocks. Let's make a move. Let's make a move. Let's make a move.
Hey, you guys, welcome back to Chalk Blocked, the world's sexiest DFS show for now. Scotty Stack Simpson, nimble with numbers. I'm Bo Big Time. We're big winners at the DFS game. NFL streets are mean. We got only 2 games on bye this week. We're still going to bust through the show in a timely manner because I got to fight. My best friend's fighting in the main event tonight in about a half hour, so we're going to book it. Scotty, how we doing?
We are doing good. I got push button to talk now. I don't got to turn anybody up or down. I can just push a button. Now I'm talking.
Ranch Wilder.
Now I'm talking again. Wasn't talking a second ago. So I'm
you know, Ranch. I'm Ranch Wilder.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. How are you doing besides your boy Fluff being in the main event, the cock of the walk? I mean, you beat me last week. You're up 4-2. It's all gravy for you right now.
Yeah, and I got chicken tinga and carne asada on the stove for taco night tonight after the fights. I got some frijoles locos and in the crock pot. We're eating good. We're looking good. We're feeling good. Fluffy's gonna drown Michel Pereira.
Yes, he is.
It's gonna be a fun night. Fun night.
Yeah. I'm very excited about our show as well. If you don't know, we run The Sims. It is Justin Freeman and Pat Mayo's baby, and what it does is it gives you kind of a little bit of an insight into who's going to be played, the chalk, right, that we can block, maybe some of the chalk that we might have to eat a little bit of, but gives you the rundown of all of the ownership, the rostership, the optimal rate, the optimal leverage rate, boom rate, all these different things, and we do the slate walk because this is the world's sexiest DFS show. For now. Yeah, we're going to go quick. So let's start off with Tennessee at Buffalo. Buffalo has almost a 10-point advantage here. James Cook out last week. Looks like he might be back this week. 7K. How are you approaching this build?
I like going pass heavy, even though Tennessee's pass defense is pretty strong. I think that this game's going to be back and forth unless Tennessee somehow gets Tony Pollard going to keep Josh Allen off the field. Amari Cooper's on the field for Buffalo. That's exciting because Khalil Shakir's healthy again. They still have Dalton Kincaid. They still have a bunch of weapons. They still have Keon Coleman, who now that Cooper's there, they can move Keon Coleman into the power slot and maybe utilize his best skill set a little bit better than they have up to this point, where if you look outside of Khalil Shakir, this Buffalo wide receiving room has been terrible at getting open. Josh Allen's completion percentage, QBR, has suffered as a result. Josh Allen's still the only guy with 400 pass attempts in the league without a single interception this season. He's the MVP in my book. If you toss him up between him and Lamar Jackson right now, Jaden Daniels, honorable mention, but Buffalo is a heavy favorite for a reason. It's a great football team. Tennessee is not a great football team. They're going to keep bouncing back between one terrible quarterback, Will Levis, to a guy who's been a terrible quarterback since he was at Oklahoma State, Mason Rudolph. Don't guide my sleigh tonight, Mason Rudolph. This is a rough Tennessee offense, except for Tony Pollard, who is in both of our clash lineups because he's awesome, and Buffalo does struggle to stop the run.
Yeah, they give up almost 5 yards per carry. I think it's like upwards of 4.7 yards per carry. So you can kind of control the ground game if you're winning, or if it's a neutral game script. If you're down 14 points to Josh Allen, Tony Pollard does have some passing upside, but still you're in big trouble. I think they're going to be in big trouble. Do you think there's a scenario in this game where Josh Allen is not needed necessarily, where they run the football, Ray Davis, they got James Cook involved, they're going away, it's 31-7 or something, and Josh Allen just doesn't even need to play? Or is this going to be like one of those games where it's a get-right game for the Bills? They come right at them, and they just keep, coming all over them, as Troy Aikman would say?
Yeah, I don't see that happening because Buffalo, even if they do beat them by the 10 points that it takes to cover, they'll still be keeping Josh Allen out there because Josh Allen doesn't like coming off the field. We saw him go completely limp unconscious with his arms dangling at his side for at least 5 seconds.
They
And
don't care. They don't
somehow miraculously passed concussion protocol. Good on him. He's the golden retriever. He's excited to get back out there. Tony Pollard in cash games at 26% rostered. Yeah, it's okay to have a little bit of him in tournament play because he's a good matchup, but I think this is all Buffalo and through the passing game. I don't think that they're going to be able to run the ball that well on Tennessee.
Yeah, and even though Tennessee does have Snead and does have some chops in the DB coverage room, you got to think that having Amari Cooper is a game changer. He's only 5,800, 1% rostered. I mean, you know what? You could do worse.
Hammer it.
Yeah, you could do worse for sure.
Hammer it.
I'm gonna build a little stack. Yeah, just for fun.
And a skinny stack with Cooper and a skinny stack with Shakir.
You read my mind on both of those things, so I like it.
Yeah, we are a very pro Khalil Shakir show.
Never ever been against him. I think we've kind of faded Curtis Samuel a little bit.
Yeah,
for sure.
We love Curtis Samuel too, but he just hasn't been doing much. He's a good player. He just hasn't been the focal point of the offense, and he's going to be even lesser. So now that Cooper's in the fray.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. All right, let's jump to another game that has a low total. Cleveland.
Ohio.
Not great, Ohio. You got Deshaun sexual assault Watson here. You got Joe Burrow, who's coming off a nice game against not a good game against the Giants. The Giants kind of shut him down. No touchdown passes. That's kind of interesting. Does he bounce back in this game? Is it one of those games where Burrow just goes nuclear and it's just Joe Burrow and his wide receiver compadre, Jamar Chase?
Yeah. Little known fact, the New York Giants lead the NFL in sacks, and their coverage has been improved because they're getting so much pressure on quarterbacks. So I kind of chalk that up to the Giants defense is for real, and the Cleveland Browns defense is not nearly what it was last year. This Browns team is a disaster. This 5.5 road favorites for Bengals isn't big enough for me. I think Cincinnati goes in and whoops them. And this is not going to be pretty. It's not going to be close. Joe Burrow is going to have his way with either Jamar Chase or T. Higgins. This Chase Brown looks good. This Bengals offense kind of got a little bit slowed down by New York last week, where they kind of had to force. They kind of settled for a lot of field goals, and that was uncharacteristic because Cincinnati's offense is good. They just get a little bit one dimensional on their own regard. So it's hard for them to close out games, but as bad as Deshaun Watson has been, I don't see there's any way that Cincinnati just doesn't blow the doors off.
Yeah, I agree with you. And last week we saw a team that it made Jalen Hurts look amazing. He'd sucked all season, and he threw for over 200 yards against them. He threw for 2 touchdowns, one to both of his wide receivers, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. So, don't think the Browns' vaunted pass defense is much vaunted anymore. And you got T. Higgins there, too. I like T at 64.
Love it.
You can double
He's
stack
out
this.
targeting. He's out targeting Jamar Chase, which doesn't matter much because Jamar Chase gets more yards per target. T. Higgins is very viable and cheaper and not overly rostered this week, which is very nice. You can do the old Joe Burrow double stack, but for old times, won us a lot of money over the years, especially with both of his wide receivers healthy. This is exactly the time to do it. So yeah, go for that double stack. Go for the 2 skinny stacks. If you want to get really wild, you can throw in some Yoshivas, but
just 1%. Just 1%. I mean, we're not going to use the line.
Just to dabble. Just the tip, just to see what it's like.
Yeah, just
just throw out some Princeton out there. Shout out Stefania Bell. Play the Princeton guy.
Faux show. I like this. All right, we're already into game 2 here, and we're into game 3 now. Philadelphia visiting New York. Their offense, one-dimensional at times, but then also they've had to rely on the rookie Tracy. They've had to kind of move it around the last couple weeks because that one dimension has been not playing. It's Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors is back. You've got him. I've got him. A lot of people have got him.
Oh,
see his rostership here. I'm sure it's going to be only 14%.
higher than pterodactyl tits.
Well, the price is 7,500. So they know
it's prohibitive.
Yeah,
it is prohibitive to some, not to me, not to you. This is green flag racing for Malik Neighbors. He's a freak, and Daniel Jones loves to pepper him, and really Daniel Jones had to use the ghost of Darius Slayton to fill in for that role the last 2 weeks. Not great, Bob. Slayton has looked pretty good for his age and for how much mileage he has, but Wan'Dale Robinson's back into PPR, death by 1,000 paper cuts, paper spelled PPR. He's back in that territory with Malik Neighbors stretching the field and opening up the underneath routes for Wan'Dale. I like both of those guys. I don't quite like Daniel Jones in the stacking scenario. I'm going to go more skill position heavy here. Saquon Barkley is the key to this game, because I do think you get the Eagles needing to run the ball to keep Malik Neighbors on the sidelines, and they need to run the ball against the Giants because there's no other way to keep them honest with how well their pass rush has been working. Jalen Hurts has been solid, but he hasn't been great because he's missed his top 2 wide receivers himself, and now they're both back. So we have to see what Jalen Hurts looks like against a real pass rush and whether or not they can get Saquon going.
Yeah, and he only got sacked, I think, once last week by the Browns, and Myles Garrett had no sacks.
He's tough to sack.
So, yeah, he
is so
is
strong.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do like your Saquon call. Only 7% rostered right now. He's a pay up back, and no Derrick Henry on the ticket either. So you could kind of go worse there if you want to. Yeah. All right. Do you want to build a stack in this little scenario here?
Yeah, let's do a little bit of Neighbors face off stack with Devontae Smith or AJ Brown. Those two really work for me. You can also do a game stack with skill guys. You can do a Eagle stack and run it back with Neighbors. This game has a lot to offer. I'm really happy with going with NFC East, which is actually a strong division this year. Believe it or not, the NFC East is not that bad.
No, not that bad. What do you think about? I'm going to mispronounce his name. I'm just going to make a joke and talk about Calcutta here. Is that his real name? No, it is Calcutta. No, it's Calcaterra. I'm trying to be silly.
Calcaterra.
Yeah, Calcaterra. Yeah. What do you think about him at 3,200 with no your boy Dallas Goedert?
Yeah, it's a really nice spend down. 3,200 is kind of in that dead area where you're not even looking. You might be looking at a 2,500 or a 2,700 tight end at the end of your roster, or you might be leading with a tight end in the 5 to 6K region. I don't think a lot of people are going to be throwing. I don't even think 7% is accurate, because as good as Calcaterra is in this matchup, he doesn't have a ton of upside, which I think was going to work in our favor if you want to throw him in some lineups as like a tertiary stack option.
Yeah, somebody who just is like a filler who might be able to get a flyer here or there. He's had some targets, and he's been able to kind of break it and get some yak after the catch. You know, something you see for a tight end in the Eagles offense. They get space in their passing. They throw into space. They throw into movement, so they're not sitting still. It's not turnaround hooks. It's more slants and rub routes, crossing routes, things like that, so they can keep moving. I like that about him. A couple tight end screens maybe. Get him going. All right, let's jump to Miami Indy. Last time we saw Miami, they're not good, not good.
One more week and we get Tua back.
Yeah, please, Lord God, bring Tua back. How are we approaching any of these weapons now still without Tua?
No, don't touch him. It's not worth it for DFS. Like when Tua comes back, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are automatically viable. Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane are viable with Tua on the field. Without him, you just don't know, and you can't trust it. I'm looking to the Indy side of things because a lot of people have been talking shit about Anthony Richardson, and I think Anthony Richardson's an absolute baller. So yeah, Anthony Richardson being back is huge for Indy. It's huge for their DFS upside. Josh Downs does not get a downgrade with Anthony Richardson. They haven't really synced up for more than a quarter this year. I think Josh Downs is quarterback proof. He's the quick twitch slot guy. Anthony Richardson needs that guy. Pittman is in play here. Same goes with Alec Pierce. It's like he's your deep threat. He's your throw it up and pray and let Alec run underneath it. It's been working. It worked for Anthony Richardson in week 1. It worked for Flacco in weeks 3 and 4. It just seems like people are saying, "Oh, Richardson's not like Flacco." It's like, of course he's nothing like him. he's still an awesome football player who can put up a ton of points. So I'm going to be heavy on Anthony Richardson, whether it's naked or in a skinny stack. That's your leverage quarterback with 40-point upside on the slate.
That's sexy. And if you stack him with Josh Downs, you're under 1,200 for your stack. You're only at 11.7.
You
so
can go get some Saquon.
Yeah, that's sexy. All right, I'm gonna go and build a little stack real quick because that's what we
Right. Yeah, looks like the last fight before Fluffy's just finished. They have to go to the scorecards, announce it, clean the ring, do the walk-ups. Yeah, I think we got some time here.
Well, we're about halfway through. Well, we're on game halfway right now, so we can definitely rock and roll. And this is a game that I'm looking.
This is the rock and roll game,
right,
baby.
This is a perfect transition here. Rock and roll up in Minnesota. Sex Boat Party Week. Last week it was the Sex Boat Party Week, not this week. But hey, kids can dream, right? You can remember the good old Fred Smoot sex party days.
I remember.
Yeah, you can't forget those days. Justin Jefferson has 4 touchdowns in 5 games.
He's good.
Yeah, that's good. He's also 18% rostered and negative leverage right now. How are you approaching that?
If he's on the slate, you got to have him in the player pool. You might not have a ton of him, like maybe 10, 15%, but he's definitely not off the board by any stretch, no matter what he is. Sam Darnold's the one I'm fading because I'd rather spend my money on a quarterback who doesn't rely on Aaron Jones, who's probably not going to play. Jared Goff is a nice stacking quarterback here, 2.9%. Love it. Minnesota is a blitz happy team, which means they're going to go for broke. And Ben Johnson is a genius. Ben Johnson is licking his chops, ready for those cover one, those dog blitz looks that Brian Flores runs up there. He tells all those lies with the double mug blitz looks, and yeah, it's fun because the cat and mouse is really going to be at a high peak here. But I think Ben Johnson just completely obliterates this Brian Flores defense, and it takes a coach like that to do that, because Flores has made some good coaches look bad already this year. I think the Lions get the best of the Vikings here by first stopping the run and making Sam Darnold beat them through the air. It's never going to work for the Vikings if that's what they have to do. Detroit is just too well rounded, and they're going to score a lot of points in this game too.
Yeah, I like your call.
Load up on all the Lions, and then of course run it back with both Jefferson and Jordan Addison.
And I was going to say I like Addison a lot, and then I like Jameson Williams at 1% rostered as just a golden ticket. A golden ticket, kids.
He is right now. He is the Tyreek Hill we want, because he is the big play dynamo. And if you pick up that blitz. Ain't nobody covering that guy one-on-one. Nobody.
No. We saw it last week too. Against the
we saw it on back-to-back plays. He dropped the first one. They went right back to him.
They just knew he could get that angle route into the pylon. It was just so perfect.
He erases angles.
Yeah, no, he's a game changer. I've got him, and I like this one a lot too because it's cheaper. You've got Goff, Addison, and Williams. So you got the 3 or the 2 pay down wide receivers. You don't have Jefferson or Amon in this, and then you got the cheaper of the 2 QBs as well. Well, actually, he's not cheaper. Yeah. He's a little bit more expensive. Is Sam Darnold 6,200? Is that the truth? We'll figure it out. I don't want to lie to you kids.
We're not playing him anyway.
No, we're not. That's why I didn't. Yeah, he's 62. Okay, I think you have the better of the 2 quarterbacks, even though he's 10% rostered. That's why I didn't like him. So he's more.
Even Darnold, when Darnold was good to start the year, he wasn't scoring that many fantasy points. So don't even waste your time.
I'm trying to get my systems, but it would be.
Okay, kill him.
Yeah, kill him.
What a great slate, by the way.
Yeah, I like it. All right, let's jump into Houston visiting Green Bay. This is another game.
What a slate!
I'm so excited about
fireworks
this game.
All over this slate.
Oh yeah, this is sex.
Houston is going to win this game, but it's going to be very high scoring. This is going to be your highest total of the week. Jordan Love is my favorite quarterback to play in DFS. He'll be the 25% marker in my player pool. But I do want some Tank Dell. I want some Joe Mixon, who's my RB1 this week. And then load up on Jaden Reed, load up on our guy Christian Watson, who came back from his ankle injury last week and scored a touchdown. He's big play, just like Jameson Williams. He is the Green Bay version of Jameson Williams. This Packers offense is scary, but Houston's defense is a bit better. I think that it's a high scoring game, like a 41-38 classic. Load up on game stacking this one. There's no wrong answers.
Yeah, I really like this. The wide receivers to pull from too here. Christian Watson at 4,900. Okay. Give me some Will Fuller. I'll take it. I'll take the bombs. I'll take the most air yards last week. I'll take it. I'll take it all. So, and Jordan Love is 69. He needs to be 75 for me to be scared away from him. So I'll be buying that too. And yeah, you can run it back with Tank Dell. I like all that. Let's build a little stack attack here. This is a great matchup, and you can even throw in a tight end or two if you want. They're both. I mean, Schultz is cheaper. What do you think about the kind of tertiary options, the cheaper options in either side?
Yeah, I mean, I like a little bit of Dontavian Wicks. He's got upside. He just has problem catching the ball sometimes, but he has upside. And then Tank Dell, of course, has upside. This, like I said, this game has no wrong answers because there's gonna be some points. And Green Bay is wearing their all white cheddar.
Oh my!
Color rush.
Oh my!
It'd be better if they wore that when there was snow on the ground, but
yeah, that would be sexy. That would be. I would like that a lot. Okay, I do hope Wicks plays. We'll see if he is going to be playing. We'll Tank Dell. Okay, we built quite a few lineups. We'll give him one Christian Watson with a little bit of the Stephon Diggs. Okay. Is your boy playing yet? Is he in the arena?
No, they haven't even done walk-ups.
Okay.
They're showing the intro videos.
All right, excellent. All right, next game, another banger, another game that's supposed to have some fireworks here. I think it will go under the total just because I think Seattle might not hold up their end of the bargain. I don't know, what do you think about this? How are you approaching the Seahawks at Atlanta? It seems like a lot of people are on this game. There seems to be more people on this game than both the Detroit game and the Houston game, which is kind of interesting to me.
It's fun because Kenneth Walker might not even play, so that chalk might just explode, or he might play a little bit and get pulled. I think Seattle wins this game. I think Atlanta is a little bit fraudulent. Like, we haven't seen the best Atlanta Falcons team against a good defense. They've kind of beat up on some bad ones the last few weeks. They have won 3 in a row. They do have the home advantage, but Seattle's team looks polished. Like, they're winning games that they shouldn't win, and that's a mark of a good team. I like to fade this game as a whole, but I want a little bit of Jackson Smith and Jigba because I do think he has a huge matchup advantage the way they deploy him. And they're going to make Jesse Bates cover a lot more grass than he has in the last few weeks.
Yeah, there's going to be some movement in this game for sure with the wide receivers.
I'm taking the under. I think this game is going to go way under.
I do think it'll be under. DK Metcalf, 11 targets last week, and he only had 3 catches. That's disappointing. They've got to do a better job getting him the ball in space, and then also he needs to do a better job of holding the football when it touches his hands. It's just
They are doing walk-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not missing this. I'm not missing this. Right. I'm always into Bijan. You can't get me out of Bijan. Yes, sir. And I'm also always in on Kyle Pitts, no matter what. DK Metcalf, yeah. Tyler Lockett, the immortal Tyler Lockett. No. This is the guy. This is where you kind of go heavy on the running backs.
Yeah.
Brian Robinson, if he plays, Austin Eckler. I'm going to fade Jaden Daniels at cost and at the ownership. It's too much. He's not very stackable except for McLaurin. So I think I'm just going to skip that chalk, block it, Carolina doesn't really offer much resistance on the other side of the ball, especially with Dan Quinn. Shout out to Dan Quinn calling a good defense this year for how bad his personnel is on that defense. That cover 3 is working overtime, and they've actually looked pretty decent on the back end, which is unheard of for the Washington Commanders secondary of late.
Yeah, and I'll just say this. Jaden Daniels going up against the Carolina Panthers, it's not the same as the Carolina Panthers. Let's say that Jaden Daniels last week against the Ravens. Like, this is not going to be a close game, I think. The Panthers cannot do what the Ravens can do. So I'm not into Chuba Hubbard at 30% rostership. That's just kind of ridiculous.
Absolutely not.
And then even Deontay at 15% is a little bit high. He's a little banged up. So I'm fading. If you want, you can get Austin Eckler. If you're not believing in Brian Robinson, Eckler's kind of cheap at 5,900. But I mean, that's kind of where I'm leaning in that matchup.
Right, I'm gonna duck out.
All right, my friend. I appreciate you. I'll close out the show for friends who are still watching, and
And then we got for the Chiefs. I don't really care about the Raiders and Rams, but the Chiefs, I am playing a lot of Travis Kelce, and I'm going to play some Xavier Worthy. I'm fading the Niners. I think they get their butts kicked at home.
I do like a little George Kittle, though, at 6K. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yes.
For
sure.
Yeah.
He's the only one.
Excellent. I'm going to break down our teams here, too, that we're up against in the clash. So go enjoy your boy Fluff. Shout out Bo and Fluff. Let me see if I can rearrange and move him. I mean, he might come back. Who knows? But we'll see. All right. I am excited. I do actually have some plays in the Rams-Vegas game. I like Brock Bowers, 11% rostered. He is the number 1 wide receiver / only wide receiver now. I think they got Turner there as well. Jacoby Myers is looking like he's iffy. So, yeah, you got Tucker, 21% roster. That's a little too expensive for me for Tucker. But if you want Brock Bowers, I think Brock Bowers is going to see a glut of targets. He did last week. I think it's a good play. I'm playing him in my matchup against Bo, so he's getting rostered. Colby Parkinson is the target leader over the last couple weeks for the LA Rams. They had a bye last week, but he's getting too much love for my money. 16% rostered at that paydown. I just can't do it. I'm not gonna do that. Let me check over at the RB position. I do think Kyron Williams, 21% roster. That's about right. I think he is one of the better pay-up backs. Him and Saquon, I think I'd rather have him just because you know that this Raiders team gives up a lot of run yards. They also give up touchdowns. So I think there's chance for Kyron Williams to get 2 touchdowns this week. So if you're doing a little 2-touchdown bet, there you go. That's my guy right there, Kyron Williams. So I am playing him in head-to-head against Bo. I think I'm playing him. We'll see if I'm playing. No, I'm not. I changed him out for someone else. But I am playing him in some of my other lineups that are in contest, 15 to 25 player contests. So I do think he's a solid play this week at RB, but I'm not stacking this game at all. So I will go over to the Kansas City Chiefs visiting San Francisco. I think Kareem Hunt is a little bit of a value here at 6K. He is the starting running back. He's going to be able to get PPR volume as well. It's not the same old Kareem Hunt in Cleveland or the same old Kareem Hunt back in Kansas City. So kind of temper your expectations. It's somewhere in between for those guys. Not the new, not the old. It's the reimagined Kareem Hunt at 6K. So I do think he finds the end zone as well. If you're doing a little TD bet, Kareem might be your guy. Wide receiver wise, Juju Smith-Schuster a little banged up, also 4K. And so people are all over him. 17% rostership. I'm not against this play. I don't like how negative optimal leverage he is here at negative 6.4%. I don't think I'll be above the field. I think I'll be a little bit below the field. I'll probably be more around 10% with Juju. But then on the other hand, you got Justin Watson down here, 37. That's not bad. Xavier Worthy at 64. It's a little pricey. He's got to get you that long, big, explosive play. But it's a possibility for sure. All right, let's do a little Sims running now that we're in the actual build. We've got some stacks. We're going to go over here to generate lineups. That easy. And then do Blue 42. Hike. All right, got a couple lineups built. Let's roll through these. I got too much Chuba Hubbard. I can see that already. I got some Sam Darnold lineups. I'm going to roll through. Ooh, let's get some Joe Burrow here. I do like these lineups here. All right, first lineup I'm looking at, I got Joe Burrow, Bijan, Tony Pollard, T. Higgins, Brock Bowers, and Kyron. New York Giants defense is a nice paydown option, too, against a Eagles offense, it's been a little bit, subpar so far. They could get blown out, but I do like that one. I like this other lineup here, minus the Cleveland Browns. Sam Darnold, too. But Tony, Bijan, DK, Malik, Kyle Pitts, and Brock Bowers. A little double tight end action. I'm not going to hate on that at all. They love Jalen Coker. They're all cooked up on him. That's fine. They can do that. I'm not gonna stop them. Just a nice pay down option there for the Panthers. All right, here's one. Jordan Love, Tony Pollard, Kyron Williams. They got Coker and Jatavian Sanders. I don't think I'd switch one of those guys out. But Tank Dell, Jaden Reed, and Brock Bowers. I do like that one. There's a couple of different ones down here. Okay, this might be the one. Jordan Love, Bijan, Tony Pollard, Christian Watson, Drake London, Tank Dell with a little bit of a run back in that game, Brock Bowers, and Coker. All right, I'm down. I think these are some good lineups. I'm excited to play and beat Bo. I'm going to pull up my email, which I like to do here. Get you behind the scenes of my my Google. I got these lineups emailed to myself. Let's take a look at my lineup first and foremost. I always like to bring in the white. Bo's lineup is the black, so it's kind of, the good versus the evil here. We do have a lot of similar plays, though. So as I break it down, he kind of naysayed Daniel Jones. I'm not a huge Daniel Jones guy when it comes to tournaments, but for cash, I'm okay with it. I'm okay at the 5,400 price. It's a nice little pay down at QB. For his average. He's got the rushing upside as well. And then I paired him with Malik Neighbors. And so that's something I like in this tournament, just given the fact that old Maliki is super dependent on Daniel Jones. So if Daniel Jones is successful, Malik is, or if Malik is successful, it probably means Daniel Jones is successful as well. So it's kind of like a tit for tat. I need it against Bo because I'm losing. I'm down 4-2. So, I went a little upside there with the stack. Also, Mixon and Pollard, Bo has both those guys as well. I think they're solid cash plays this week. I think they're also solid tournament plays too. I like Mixon's upside a lot. He looked great last week. Caught a touchdown, rushed for another touchdown. So he was in it to win it. Tony Pollard, he looked good last week as well. He took one to the house. Jordan Addison, since he's come back, he's been targeted. He's been effective. I think he's going to be in this nice role here as a wide receiver 2 in that Justin Jefferson-led offense. He gets a little bit of the off-man coverage, which I like. 5,600, great price. And then I talked about him earlier, Jameson Williams. He's my cheat code this week. I love him. I'm playing him everywhere, cash, in any type of field. He's going to be there. My boy Brock Bowers. And I had no money left, so I had to go Noah Gray at tight end. And I wanted a Bengals defense against Deshaun Sexual Assault Watson. So that's my team. I'm excited about it. Let me pull up Bo's team real quick. Let's see if I can. There we go. Bo's team is coming up. There we go. Nice. Beautiful and black and bold, as always. He's going Jordan Love. He's got Jordan Love and Jaden Reed. That's a great stack. I got the Malik Neighbors stack. I think I like his stack a little bit better. Also, because he has my fucking stack piece in Malik Neighbors. So I don't like that. I don't have Jaden Reed. I think I need to adjust my ranks on that one. Tim Patrick, it's a nice pay down option in this game if they do get in the back and forth war. So he's got a Minnesota-Detroit run back option as well in here. He didn't bring the run back. He brought the Detroit. But I still like it. He's got that game. He's got Zach Ertz in this game. Zach got targeted a bunch over the middle last week for the Commanders, and then he's got the double stack with Christian Watson. So I'm actually going to give Bo the edge here. His defense, boom or bust here. The Giants have been good, but they could always implode. And particularly, are they at home? Yeah, at home. They could always implode at home. So with that being said, let us know who you think is going to win. Bo's up 4-2. I'm up years, though. I think I'm up 3 years to 1. So, hey, you know what? I can afford to lose a little bit here, 4-2. Not that big of a deal. I'll beat him 3 years out of 4. So, with that being said, I appreciate everybody watching. This is a Nimble with Numbers broadcast. Go follow Bo McBrayer on the tweeters. This is our DMs. Don't you be spying in our DMs, you son of a bitch. No, but go follow Bo McBrayer. These are our DMs. I mean, literally, there are DMs. I'm trying to get rid of it. There we go. Go follow Bo McBrayer. Go follow me. See if I can get to my my account. So there we go. Go follow Chalk Blocked. We need to get to 500. We got a brand new picture of us, talking Chalk Blocked here. Super excited. You see me. I'm just mouthing off. Bo's laughing in my face. So please do go follow Chalk Blocked. It is the world's sexiest DFS show for now with myself and Bo McBrayer. Go follow him He's almost got 10,000. Wouldn't it be great for Christmas if you got 10,000? Be a great little gift for Bo. Go do that, and then go be a patron of his. I love his food. BigTimeFlavor.co. All of his stuff is delicious. My favorite. Oh, by the way, this is your boy Fluff. He's fighting right now. This is the man who we're cheering for in the UFC. Hopefully, he pulls out a nice little TKO or a little choke out or a little submission, something like that. So it's El Cockrub. You can get yourself some there as well. Hot Box. It is the best. It's my favorite. And then for seasoning, my favorite, honestly, I like the Street Heat. It's good too. My favorite all time, where is it at? Oh, the Taco Sizzin. You put that on some dino ribs from Costco, beef ribs, K Magnifique, let them sit overnight. There is nothing better. So I appreciate you guys for checking us out. We are Chalk Blocked. I am Scott Simpson, Nimble W Numbers. That was Bo McBrayer, Bo_McBigTime on the Twitters. Do give us a follow, a like, jingle the bell, do all those things that you're taught to do in YouTube school. And appreciate you guys for checking us out. Hope you guys win big this weekend. Tag us. Let us know when you